this is all stuff that they want you guys to report, and you can go. And if you have a weather radio, you've heard that thing say, "This is a national. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for," and it'll say whatever areas, and at the end it'll say that you can do your reporting to this right here, but you can do so when safely. It wants you to report this stuff, but it does not want you to report it. I'm in great danger. It is wanting you to report it when you can do so safely. That means get your report in the next 24 hours. They'll take that report and they'll take it and they'll put it on a report system. That is very important here. I mean, anything that you want to go out and find the National Weather Service, you can find a weather spotter training course and they will teach you what you're looking for, and it is very important because your area is going to be different than mine. I can tell you everything that's on mine.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, I didn't even know this existed until today. I am learning right along with you guys, but I have had experiences in weather, obviously. So I'm trying to add that as I go so you can see a layman trying to learn as we go, but also show. But also, this helps him with the different things he helps out with his community to already have to learn these things as they have the classes because Weil loves his community and helps them out in every way he can.
I am one of the people that I love my community, and my community does not just, it is not my community. It is my community plus my county plus my territory plus my state plus my country. And if you ever looked around and said somebody doesn't care about me, you're lying to yourself because I do. There are so many things I do in my life to take care of other people. And this is one of the things that I love being a spotter. I love learning about this stuff. That way I can go out and be safe in doing this to go out and give somebody a warning. And
Oh yeah.
this is one of the things that's very important. They want to know anything that is pea size, 25 inch, or not 25 inches, 0.25 of an inch of hail. Why would that want to be reported? Because if the next person says we're at half inch, there's a good indicator that that storm is increasing. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's penny size, which is 3/4 of an inch. That means that that is increasing even more. Next thing you know, you get one that says it's a golf ball size. That's almost 2 inches. That right there is extreme damage. If you are a person that's ever went to a place that had a supercell and it had major hail and you go to a car lot, you're going to find cracked windshields, you're going to find dented cars, and that's the time that you go there and you buy a new car. You buy it when it's damaged. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Yeah. Um, I've had when the kids come up and say, "Mommy, why is there ice falling the size of my ball?" Then you're like, "Oh crap."
Please take shelter.
Yeah, well, luckily we were in shelter, but she was looking out the window trying to judge if she could walk to grandma's house.
Nope.
That is a nope, we stay here.
I will tell you one of the funniest stories about my grandmother. I love her to pieces, and she's passed away. My grandmother, and if my mother ever watches this, she will absolutely know this story because my grandmother called and told my mom, "Oh, guess what your son did?" I was a dummy. So there was a storm coming. Grandma said, "You're going to get storm, you're going to get hail, don't go out." Well, I wanted to ride my bike. By golly, I'll tell you now. I'm going to teach you a lesson. And when I went to go teach her a lesson, I got to the edge of the block and there was hail coming down. And it taught me a lesson all the way back to Grandma's house when I parked my bike.
Were there bruises?
There wasn't bruises, but there was a lot of educational purpose there. Don't underestimate a storm.
No.
So.
And I have no doubt, Stefan. His hailstorm are vicious.
Yeah.
His hailstorm was vicious.
I don't. Yeah. Something that they tell you in this little sheet that they give you. When you get a spotter guide, it will give you information however they want you to talk and what you need to pay attention to. And I will tell you, it tells you how to get a hold of them and how to report it.
How about we take a break here?
Oh,
and then we'll continue with that and what to do if you are in the situation where you need help.
And the watch and warning.
Oh, yeah. We'll cover all of that. Let me find the video again. Okay. We're going to have an ad break, and we will be right back in about 3 minutes.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Door King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Reductopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Hello, and we're back. Where Stefan lives, they had rain last night and ripped out the window screens. Dude, they had a big one. We had a big storm come through a few days ago, and trees came down. All of Newton was out of power. Various stores in Jasper was having issues.
And that's stuff that people want to know. Your local National Weather Service, they absolutely want to know what's going on. If you have a tree that goes down, they want to know if it's a healthy branch and how thick it is. That will determine a lot of things on wind speed. The whole tree was healthy and it just got uprooted. There's a whole bunch of trees that got uprooted. They want to know these things. If you have a rain gauge and it's more than 1 inch an hour, they want you to report these things. This gives so much information to those people that are behind a computer screen that's watching a Doppler radar. And that's important. But so we were going to get into a couple other things, and do you remember what you were wanting to talk about? Because I remember the watching and warnings.
The watching and warnings. I wanted you to continue with that, and then I wanted you to bounce off with that. Being as you are a member of the community that a lot of people know that knows the different services around, what do you suggest on if things happen and they have to call, or if their neighbors are having issues, who's the best people to call to help them with like their tree falling on their house, or where did their trailer go, or things like that?
Okay, so we can first touch into the watches and warnings, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that a watch is typically covering a 4-hour to 10-hour multi-county period. Okay, this is a watch, like a watch for the severe thunderstorm. This is not saying that you will get a severe thunderstorm. That is saying that there's a really good chance of it happening, and everything is coming, and all the formulas is being there. And the warning is that it is there, knocking on your door, and it's going to be there very shortly, or it's right above you, and everything's been detected now. The best way I could tell you the difference between a watch and a warning is, think of a taco bar. You know what a taco bar is, right, Friday?
Oh yeah, I love making taco bars.
All those key ingredients, right? You're watching all the key ingredients and you're trying to get it all figured out what that perfect taco would be. Okay? This is your wind shear. This is your temperatures. This is everything. The moisture. All this is getting right there, right? Everything. You're watching that taco bar and you're calculating. Okay? The warning is that you have a taco. And the reason I say the taco is your warning is because when you eat a taco, there's your warning. There's going to be a mess. So the watch is you have the opportunity to watch this and nothing bad's happen because all the pieces are there, but it's not happening. The warning is you got the taco, and boys, they're going to be a mess because I can't think of a single person that's ever ate a taco without making a mess. And I'm just telling you, that is the best logic behind a watch, being able to watch the taco bar, and the warning having that taco, it is here, and you know there's going to be damage happening.
Mm-hmm.
I know how stupid it sounds.
It does not sound stupid. Okay, the watch is you have the taco bar, you've made your taco. The warning is you're starting to eat your taco. You know that parts are going to fall off later. And you know, especially if it was Taco Bell tacos, there will be a bigger mess later.
So, absolutely.
So you don't know if it's going to be you're telling me it's just going to be grumbly, or you don't know if the trees are going to fall out of the neighbor's yard onto your house.
Yep. Advisory is being advised that, hey, this is a situation that might come to play later in the week, or things might come together. And being advised to something is giving yourself you've been advised that there might be a taco bar. Once you know there's a Taco Bell bar, you're going to watch it, and that's your watching. The warning is you having the taco and destroying.
You've been advised that this is going to happen. So, like snowstorms, we make sure we have all the stuff. We make sure our lamps are charged or we have batteries for them. We make sure we know we have candles in case those go out. If you have like a wood stove, you know you have the rakes of wood near the house ready to go, all stacked up, ready to go. As a kid, we didn't have central heating. We had a wood stove and kerosene stoves when needed. You know that it's going to happen. The watch, you know there's a possibility that it's going to happen. You know you're probably going to be there and you're probably going to get the taco. The warning, okay, it's going to be there soon. You have the tacos on your plate. You are sitting in your seat. You're about to make major damage on your plate of tacos. Well, the bottom just let out, and I can hear it on my tin roof.
Let me go and see what you got, because I'm kind of curious now.
Oh, it's not as bad as I was saying. I'm just saying it's been raining off and on, and then the thunder went through, and it was like, oh, that was close. I didn't hear anything fall, so I know we're not really in trouble like before. When it came down on, we had to have parts of the roof replaced.
Right.
Oh crap! I need to replug this in.
So this is your area. That right there is moving through you guys right now. I can click on this and it will refresh everything. And
yes,
yeah,
but if you
anytime
want
you
us
have
to
this
see,
up,
you're going to have to share your screen.
oh, yeah. I take that. I apologize because I had that whole thing and I thought it was. Well, National Weather Service. There you go. Anytime that you have this, you can go ahead, hit use, and just click it again, and it'll refresh everything. And down here on the bottom, it's got your time and your date.
Yep. You see how it was wider there?
Yep.
Than it was earlier?
Yeah. And this is things that, this is live. I'm looking at right now.
Oh, yeah.
And like that right there is what we were watching. Go back into it and just start clicking on it. And that's where it's running right now. And this down here is my time, not her time. Her time is 1 hour behind.
We are 9:14 here. He is 10:14 there.
So please.
Oh, by the way, guys, remember to turn your clocks forward an hour.
Oh yeah, I lose an hour's sleep. But yeah, this is important, and I'll go back to this picture. There's a advisory on this, watch, and a warning. Did you know that there is actually one more setting? There is actually one more. During a tornado outbreak, you can get another level, and this is on top of your warning. And what it is whenever there's an outbreak, a major outbreak, they will actually go ahead and give you this last thing. I mean, it barely ever happens, but it is very, very, very important to know that is a possibility. So now, in the world of weather, where do you want to go? Because, boy, there is so much to talk about, and I need to know where you want to go on this.
Okay. Where my suggestion is, hey, we've just had a storm, and we need help. Because we have a tree has I'm gonna give you a thing that's actually happened in our family. A tree has went through the roof, and we have family members in under the tree. What do we do?
Okay, first off, if you have any type of injury, entrapment, or medical condition, you need to be able to access 911. That's the first thing that you need to do. Give 911 a advise and say, hey, this is what's going on. I need help. Um, Once 911 gets full into a dispatch center, it will roll over into the next available dispatch center. And they will pick it up and they'll say, 911, where's your emergency? It's not what's your emergency, it's where. Hollywood puts what. In actuality, it is where's your emergency. They need to know where you are and what's going on. If they know where you are, it gives a whole bunch of information. They can track you. What's that?
So you can, if they have the ability to tap into your phone, they can. But otherwise, you give them your address, your exact address.
Yep.
Mine would be a little bit different. I would say the original name and the name it is now, because for some odd reason, my street has two names. In the emergency, we are one name. I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want people who aren't you to come find me. I have family and kids here. We don't need that. But if you were, like I said, you have my exact address, you can find me, Todd. But I would say both. Hey, I'm at this, but also it's known as this. I don't know which one will help you better. But there are a tree has went through my house, and I have family members under it. So from there, you've called in. What do you do?
The most horrible thing you have to do, you sit and wait. This is the most painful thing that you got to do is you got to sit and wait for the help to come. If there is entrapment, you get pushed up. If there is not entrapment, then yeah. If you have a tree on your house, okay? There is no power lines involved or anybody's injured. You do not have to call 911. But you do need to pay attention to any changes. Okay? It just shifted. Then you need to go ahead and make sure that everybody is evacuated because that can be a possible entrapment. Or it is shifted. I have gas in the house. Okay? Now there's a problem. There are emergency numbers that you can get a hold of tree companies, and they will be more than happy to come out and cut your stuff off. Okay? Most times, neighbors will come up and go, are you going to use that firewood? And they will come collect your trees. The one thing I will say is everybody's got to pay attention to safety. That is the key factor. If you have an entrapment, you talk to the person and you tell them, everything step by step. And tell them, try talking to them and keeping their head going, because being entrapped into anything brings nothing but, am I going to get out of this? This is where I tell you guys have a pack, emergency pack or something like that. Make sure you put water in it. Just what are you going to do? You're going to talk. You're going to think about stuff. You're going to get thirsty. Make sure that you can get water. There was a entrapment in a tornado that happened last year. He was trapped. He knew he couldn't get out. People knew he was there. He was just waiting for the equipment to be able to get to him. And he was safe. And he flat out said, I am safe. I'm down here. I'm stuck. And they said, what can we do? And he said, get the equipment to get this stuff off of me so I can get out. It is not pinning me. My life is not in danger. Everything is settled. Nothing is moving. He had people around him constantly talking to him. And then he said, you know what? I want a cheeseburger. I want water, and I want a Pete and cheeseburger. And they said, okay. And they got him. They could get to his hand, but they could not get him out. So they were able to get stuff to him and keep him going. And that's what he did the entire time until the equipment got to him. He just sat down there. What are you going to do? He made a comment. He's like, hopefully he gets here before it gets super dark, because I already went one night being down here and it was pretty dark. And I had some lights down here, but my lights are gone. This is flashlights. Keep batteries. Keep batteries in baggies. Have you ever thought of that? Keep your flashlight and your batteries in baggies. What happens in a storm?
Water comes up. That is why ours are in a watertight plastic container.
There you
Well,
go.
water you can get with a plastic container and under.
There you go.
It's in a wooden container and under in the plastic container.
There you go.
So it's safe as possible, but it's still available.
Yep. But they finally were able to get him out. Tree on your house. If it's non-emergency, yeah, it fell. Just be able to call somebody. Usually there's a emergency number and they'll come. Or if you're not the only person that had a tree on your house or trees are down, they're coming anyway. Just let them go and get the tree off. If you have a power line that's down because the tree fell on it, that's a 911. If you have any kind of gas leak because the tree took out the side of your house and it took out your gas meter, that's a 911. Try your hardest to get out of the situation, because the less emergency assistance you have to take up, the more people that need it can take it up. And do not call 911 because you stubbed your toe during this emergency. Your toe's going to be fine.
No.
So these are important things that you need to absolutely think of. And me being a person that deals with emergencies, I will tell you now, it is okay for you to have the understanding that, yes, other people need more help than you do, but at some point, you're going to need help too. Don't turn away the help. You can look at them and say, I know I need help, but other ones need it more than I do. Come back to me. It is okay to say, please come back. Check on me later. Because there was a woman that absolutely would give away her food boxes. And we at no point knew that her house was missing half a roof. That becomes unlivable. That means that she needed help and she wasn't getting it because no one seen the damage, because she kept on saying, oh no, someone else needs more help than I do. Check on your friends. Absolutely. State of emergency. After the emergency's done, go check on your friends. Make sure you let your friends know you're fine. Do not go into emergency areas unless you are trained. Make sure that you take the time to absolutely do your best to help the situation. Do not say, I'm going to do my best and then do a negative thing. It's not going to help. And
True.
I'm also going to tell you, in case of emergencies, disasters, tornadoes, whatever, you're going to have people that do things, and I'm not okay with them doing this. And you're going to have scrappers. You're going to have people that are looters. You're going to have this and that. This means when you go and you're leaving that place, understand that what you need to take is the most important things, because you may not find it when you come back.
No.
This is reality. I'm
The
sorry.
reality is, I came back when it was safe, when they were done with the emergency services, and my stuff was gone. And then I found my birthday present at the pawn shop
Yep.
in town.
Yep.
And I'm like, I just got that. That's good. And there's nothing I could do about it other than buy it back. But I had no money because I had no dwelling.
Right. So, taking consideration, this is very important. You're going to feel that there is going to be a hit after hit after hit. And I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I'm not. But when you sit down with the person that's there trying to give you aid, because places that get hit by tornadoes, places that get hit by disasters like this, they will set up places where you can come in and you talk to this person. Once you talk to this person, you go and talk to this person, and talk to this person. Every single agency that is there to help you can do something different. And it is very important that you understand that. And a very important thing for everyone to understand is they do not need you to look at them and say, I'm okay. No. There's boxes of tissues in every single one of those offices. We know you're not okay. We know that there's an entire situation. We know what you just went through. We understand that you had a house that is falling apart because the tornado hit it. And now all your weaponry and all your awards, all your jewelry, your wedding rings, everything is missing because Mother Nature decided she was just going to go off the rail that day.
Yeah.
But there are agencies out there to help you. Please talk to the agencies, and I will let you know right now. If you lose your identification, the weirdest thing is that you're going to sit down with a county BMV or Department of Transportation, Department of Driving, whatever it is in your state. Mine's a BMV. And I want you to know that the BMV will get you your driver's license back. They will print you out a new one. But the thing is, they've got to figure out where they're going to send it because you're not where you are. There are mental health people, there are first aid people, there are everything. Do not say I'm okay, because it's okay not to be okay. You come in with an injury, somebody's going to notice your injury, and they're going to want to find somebody to treat your injury. These are things that will happen. If you do not take the help, you may end up in the grave. I'm just saying. We want you to live a wonderful, happy, long life, as great as possible, quality of life. Things happen. But when it comes down to Mother Nature, she don't care. And you got to know what's going to come at you. And on this show, we've talked about disasters that have taken out cemeteries. But we've needed to make sure that you understand that this show also needs you to understand that there are ways to prepare yourself and understand where you can get the help. In this training, I will tell you that the Red Cross was there. I will tell you that firefighters were there. I will tell you that people from hospitals were there. I could tell you that the Salvation Army's Emergency Disaster Service was there. I can tell you that many, many, many people were there. So, me saying this, I want you all to know that these people know this stuff will happen. They want to see what they're looking at. They want to understand, because there are many people that watch these storms, want to get the warning out, and then they switch their shirts from Skywarn into the fire department uniforms, the police department uniforms, the EDS from the Salvation Army uniforms, the Red Cross Disaster Services uniforms, and they go to work. So anything from a flash flood taking out massive areas to tornadoes destroying things to fires. I know it's hard, but being a weather spotter gives you an idea that you know what you're looking for and you know what you're looking at. That way you can give the warning, and it gives you the training. That way you can think about what might happen, and you're going to have people that pop up left and right. You're going to have questions. If they don't have the answer, they can find somebody that has the answer. So is there any other questions that you might have? Because I'll tell you, it's a wonderful show.
It's a very informative show. That's why I love getting people who are like officials at their job are willing to get the training because of other parts of their job to know what to do. Questions, I can't think of any additions that I would think we need to add.
Any question that you may have, you can get a hold of your local National Weather Service and ask questions. They will get back to you as soon as they can. The one thing I will tell you is, do not go after a storm and say, this is going to be easy. Because storms change courses. Storms do a lot of different things that you never know what's going to happen.
I can also agree with that.
You always want to be in the safest spot, and away from the storm is the safest spot. It's not 10 feet away. It's not 20. It's not 100. It's not 1 mile, because we all know. And like I said, you guys like storm chasing. You want to do this. You want to watch these things. There are storm chasing tours and tornadoes that you can go do, as long as that weather is permitting. And it's just a waiting game. It really is. There is something that I did want to put up. And I'm going to see if I could put this up on my screen here. Because we all know how, if you watch a show that I tried to do something on, I want you to know it doesn't always work. And sometimes it argues with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says that I should be able to do it. So let me go through here and see if I can add this thing really quick. Because if I can add this thing really quick. Well, actually, you got her in there. Hold on here.
What?
Aha! So this right here was something that was brought up. Okay?
Yes.
Well, last year in my area, man, this is some rough numbers here. Last year in my area, the National Weather Service put out tornadoes. Okay? In Ohio, the new record of tornadoes is 74 tornadoes in 1 year. That is not a good trend. What's
No,
worse is
it looks scary.
to go with this trend even worse. This was put up, and Miami Valley, where I live in the Miami Valley of Shelby County, or I live in Shelby County, Ohio. It's part of the Miami Valley. This valley had 25 tornadoes out of that 74. That is not a good number. Now, February, we had tornadoes. I think we had 2 or 3 in the state of Ohio. I will go with this picture here. This right here, this is Andy. Andy is from the National Weather Service. Andy is a wonderful person. Andy will tell you anything. Andy is not afraid of a question, and Andy needs a microphone. Absolutely the most soft-spoken guy to give a class. If that microphone's not close enough, everybody goes, huh? Andy is a wonderful person. Andy also does not just only weather spotter class, he also does another class that's called Advanced Weather Spotters. This is an amazing thing because it moves around. Every 3 years, it moves around. So, I want you all to know, Andy is one of the people that works for the National Weather Service. He's behind the cameras. He's behind the computers. He actually watches these computers. This man has to spend his day watching. Let me do it again. I will get this figured out by the end of the show. How to share it and not how to forget about it. This
All
man
the pictures you sent should be up there.
watches this screen. This is the screen that he's watching, but he's watching it over here into the Miami Valley area. Okay? What this screen is telling me right now, absolutely nothing, because we ain't doing nothing, which is nice. One of these days, this radar is absolutely going to tell us a whole bunch of stuff that I just don't want to deal with because, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to go through so many different things. So, yeah, but that screen right there, he is absolutely going to be watching this screen and watching everything. And most of my weather comes from the Indiana side, and then it moves through. Okay? So when it comes up, it'll go this way, or it'll go this way, or it'll go this way. It doesn't matter. It usually comes from this direction over this way. That man right there sits and watches that stuff. He's very important. Now, this guy is from the national, or he is from Skywarn. He is an amateur radio operator. You like radios? You like talking CBs? You like talking this and that? You can make it a little better. You can join up with these guys, and they actually have a call sign for the Miami Valley. These guys will talk to radios. They sit like less than 12 feet away from Andy's desk. They go, and when there's a storm coming in, this guy will sit right beside Andy, and he will listen to all the information and hand Andy paperwork and all the reports. This next one here. Oh, there we go. That's a better picture. That last picture is not a fantastic photo of him. This is Nick. Nick is from WHIO News Center 7. He is one of the weather people on there. This guy will get information from Andy. And he will put it on he'll put it on the TV to go ahead and say, okay, this is a report that we're getting from the National Weather Service. A weather spotter has seen a increase of this, and this is coming across our area. These three guys. So basically, it goes, a report comes in to this gentleman through amateur radio, and it goes to Andy. Okay? Or Andy picks up the phone, and it's one of the weather spotters. Andy gets the report. Andy can give the information to Nick. Nick can get it through WHIO. And there was another lady there from Channel 2. This right here are the three people that have the opportunity to being in the spotlight enough to take your reports and get it out to be safe. These are important people behind the shows that you don't see. You get to see Nick, but your report goes into Skywarn, then it goes into National Weather Service, then it goes into your media. So if there's ever a bad storm and these guys are breaking in, pay attention. I know you're watching Big Brother, Big Sister and the grand finales right now. But do not call the network and gripe that you are not one of the people that's in the direct path of this weather. So why are you not being able to watch Big Brother, Big Sister? You should be proud that these people are there. Even if they're breaking in, I'm sorry to tell you, it's important that these guys get that information out. And the reason I say this is because that had happened in Miami County. Someone did not get to watch the grand finale of Big Brother, Big Sister, or one of those shows, and they called the network and yelled at them because that hokey jokey weather guy that's not always right with his weather predictions broke in when they were watching the grand finale, and they were mad. We're talking about saving lives. Sorry for the inconvenience. So yeah, that is pretty much everything with the National Weather Service that you can do from your home. And your reports do not have to be going after a storm. You can sit on your front porch and tell them, hey, this is what I'm seeing. So, if you got any more questions, maybe I have answers, but I absolutely want to thank, if this podcast ever gets out and Andy sees it, I want you to know I personally thank you for doing what you do, going in work every single day. And we might have a total of 3 National Weather Service people in there at one time, but when there is bad weather and the storms, there is like 10 people that go in that office. It's not the biggest office. And let me also point out, when it comes down to tornadoes, you should be in the smallest room possible, right?
The
National
one
Weather
without
Service,
windows.
the National Weather Service is not that building.
Nope. Find a room without windows, or the one. If I remember correctly, they had told me go to the room in the middle, or the one without windows, like your bathroom, if possible, where there is less debris that can come in and hurt you.
Yeah. National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio, might not be exactly like everything else, but I will tell you right now, we've seen pictures of that place, and they have made sure that everybody knows that this place is not the best idea for a tornado. You know, you do National Weather Service, you would think of tornado safety, right? This building is not the tornado safety place. And Timmy the Twister has tried to take that building out 3 times. He's just a little off every time. So, absolutely. No matter where you are, you're going to have weather. Whether you want it or whether you don't, it is going to come and it's going to say hello to you.
You can be in a place that hasn't seen tornadoes in 100 years. And next thing you know, 30 of them come through you in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that could happen, or hurricanes, especially here in Texas. Hurricanes happen a lot. And you lose power for days. You get stuck in an isolated town with water around you. So, yes, people, when you get the warnings, when you get the advisories, make sure you have all your stuff together. Make sure you have the supplies you need. Backup water, backup batteries, charged lamps, whatever. So, there's usually a list in your area, depending on what type of area you're in, whether or not you should leave and go to a friend's house or a family member's house ahead of time if there's a possibility of bad flooding. We have a place here in Texas where if you don't leave before the rain starts, there's a possibility you're going to be stuck there with whatever supplies you have and no way out for days. So, yeah. I think that's all I have to add.
I'm going to add one more thing. Let me pull this up. I got to pull this up here. I want to show you guys when it comes down to National Weather Service. Just give me 1 second here. My computer says no, I don't want to go there.
I am not rushing you whatsoever.
Oh, I know. But if you know
It's
anything
Saturday.
about... It is Saturday, isn't it? I'm usually not doing this right then.
Nope. I was surprised you wanted to do a show on Saturday with me, and I'm like, okay. I can't remember what the show was about, but let's do the show. Hence the question.
It's something that's near and dear to me. Okay. So I'm going to pull up. This is from Google, National Weather Service. Right here. Let me share my screen because I'm getting better at this. Or I'm getting worse at it. I don't know. I'm learning
Practice
as
makes
we go.
better.
So, here's the National
Inception.
Weather Service. This is National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio. All right? It is not much. There's a wind turbine there. This right here, this ball, is a Doppler radar.
Can you go into visit?
I probably can.
And then you should be able to click on the picture
There
and
we
bring
go.
it up bigger.
All
Much
right,
better.
there we go. Yeah, I know. I don't do this very much. Okay. So let me go ahead and tell you right now. Okay. This is National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio. I'm very proud that this is the one that reports and watches me. Why is weather spotting so important? Okay. See this ball here? This wonderful ball? This is a Doppler radar. And this Doppler radar, not too long ago, in the last 10 years, got a upgrade. It's got a dual pulse. This dual pulse can go vertical and horizontal when that pulse shoots. So when it shoots out, it can shoot and it can tell you if it is a snowflake or a bird. I know. Major difference sizes, right? But it can also tell you if someone hit a softball that high. The reason that Doppler radars are so awesome is because it can shoot, and it shoots into a pulse. This pulse will shoot and hit an item and come back. For you to get your information and your data, and I hate to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not a flat earth person. I'm still around one because Doppler radars have this problem. If that Doppler radar is shooting a pulse and it is on top of that, it is exactly where it is. The farther that pulse goes out, the less of a signal it will come back, but the higher in the atmosphere it's going to shoot. Okay? Now, this is why we are so important. That radar can't see ground. It doesn't hit the ground. It never sees the ground. It doesn't know what's going on. Unless there's a mountain, it doesn't see it. All right? That is absolutely very important, right?
Uh-huh.
That building, look. I don't know why it won't do that. This right here, these are the rooms. These are the desks. These are everything in the National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio. Okay? These are, hey, look, I think that's Andy. Anyway, this is what they see, those radars. A person that has been trained can see a tornado. The radar is seeing that. So if something is going on and this is all going on and you see this, you can have different things like hook echoes, but you're not seeing. Why will you not close? Come on, Sam, I am.
I don't know.
Anyway, so you're not able to see. You can see the radar. Ooh.
Might have to refresh.
I might have to do something here. There we got it figured out. Okay. So let's go with this. This radar here, this thing spins. All right. That thing can see the clouds. It cannot see what's underneath the clouds. So that's why it's very important. And you guys, this right here is all something that you can look at. National Weather Service. Here's the link. I was able to find it. If I'm able to find it, you're able to find it. You're able to find it in your areas. All right. They are not doing tours right now because they've got to get some stuff done. But these are the National Weather Service pictures of Wilmington. This is the radar, the Doppler. And there's just other things. They have all these lists of photos that you can see that they take out of the National Weather Service. And this is a beautiful picture. That is not a dangerous cloud. It ain't. It absolutely, everything looks like everything's pulling it, going up, and it looks like it's coming straight back down. It doesn't look like there's any reason that I would want to report that one. This is more of a reportable. This is what needs to get reported. Hey, this is a shelf cloud, or something like that. If you're not quite sure what you're looking at and you took the class, you can explain to them, hey, I'm seeing this. As you see this stuff, they'll tell you, okay, well, this is what you're looking at. I encourage everybody to go into the National Weather Service and go check out their stuff through your area, because you may be shockingly surprised. So yeah. Oh, there we go. I was like, where are we at? So
Hiding.
that's pretty much what I got, because I could go into a whole bunch of scientific stuff, but we ain't doing that.
Well, that's fine with me.
What I want you guys to know tonight is, number one, there are people that are wanting to help, and they are the ones that you may not even know they exist. They're the ones that are watching the skies and wanting to be the ones that get a chance to make a difference just by calling a number or using a radio and calling it in. These items right here can save thousands of lives, because by any chance, do you remember being a little kid and having the moment where you're like, what's going on? And they're like, we don't know. In the 30s, wow, I'm 39. In the 39 years I've been on this planet, I have seen the weather, good, bad, ugly, amazing,
Weird.
but I've seen people look at it differently. And we have come such a long way, and now we can have groups of people that know about it and people that can actually go out and be able to do stuff about it. Making reports, letting them know, hey, I have gotten more than an inch of rain in 1 hour. That's important, because now, is that going to start overflowing something? Or, hey, I've got rushing water. Okay, that's important. Hey, I've got branches down. They're healthy. That's important. I have hail, and my neighbor down the road or whatever, he's got bigger hail. That's important. It is not hard to make a difference and show that you can be important too. We all know that there's going to be an opportunity that we're not here no more. But in the time that we are here, take an opportunity, take a little knowledge, take a class, and see what you can do to make the next um, few minutes, few moments, or whatever, a difference for someone else that needs help. And making a report, doing something with Skywarn, that's important. Otherwise, take care of your family, take care of your friends, and make sure that you know what you can do when weather's staring back at you.
That, and yes, learn what you can do and calmly do what you can do to take care of your family, because that is losing your head in some of these situations is bad. You have to learn the steps, remember the steps, and get through it. So yeah, please remember, yes, we are a show about death and horror stories, but at the end of the day, we don't want you to die. We want you to be prepared. We want you to be prepared for what can kill you, like the tornado coming down the street, or it's a bad thunderstorm and something falls in your house. But yes, please, guys, live and have a good life.
And the one thing I want to add before we go ahead and get off here, when it comes down to a lot of people that you really don't understand and you think, well, your prediction's been wrong all these times, and look, it didn't rain at this time, or it didn't rain at that time, or we didn't get what you thought we were going to get. These people sit in front of these computers to do everything they possibly can, not because they want to irritate you. They are trying to give you the most notice on something that they possibly can. Do not ever look at the National Weather Service and say you guys don't do anything. Because, yes, it might be a beautiful day and they have nothing to do except for, watch the screen and do this and that. But when it's time for them to do what they need to do, it is absolutely everybody's got to be in there. Everybody's got to be in place. And one of the people at the National Weather Service, I don't know if he's there or not anymore, because they do get moved around. But he just unpacked the last box and he was supposed to go into work the next day when they had the Memorial Day tornadoes down in Dayton. He was not from Ohio and he watched the weather, but he was not prepared for what had happened. The next day, he learned so much about his weather around him that he just moved into. So when you move, understand it's not going to be the same weather. But please do not give guff to these people that do this stuff, because they have to go with the data and they have to go with the predictions that the data is saying. And data absolutely changes. And last thing I want to say is when there is storms coming and they really have a pretty good idea, hey, this is going to be a rough day, they will put up a weather balloon in the beginning of the day and in the evening. That's their prediction, that's their information, and that's what they do. They get a weather balloon, it goes up. They will see everything that's coming and they will put another one up because they need that data to figure out what might be coming and how fast it's coming. We have not even touched anything with wind shear or humidity or anything about weather on this podcast. So know that there is formulas out there that just absolutely will make your mind go crazy. But you really need to take in consideration of your safety and thank those that sit in that office. And I'm pretty sure there's not too many windows at all. Even if there is any windows, there's just not much. And that place is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 or 66 years or days in a year. There's not a time that that place does not. And the only time that that place kind of gets a break is when the Doppler has to be maintained. So, and even if ours goes down, there's a lot of Dopplers around. Airports have Dopplers. News Center 7 has Dopplers. Your news channels have Dopplers. They're just not at the same extreme as these ones. So, that's why I want to point out, please be nice to the weather guy, because he's trying. He's absolutely trying. And he will come in to work when it's his vacation just to be able to come in and help save lives. That's why they do it.
Yes. Okay. Well, where do you want people to find you?
You can find me here on the Allight Network in many different shows where I share some of the craziest things that are stuck in my brain. You can also find me on Facebook. And speaking of podcasts on this network, you can find me this Wednesday for another episode where I will take the wonderful seat over there because I'll be the host of Chainer's Haunted Secrets. And we might have our guests and we might not. And if we don't, we're going to talk about Trans World all the way through. If we have our guest, Hey, cool. Because the guest that we have, he's supposed to be coming on, and he's from Maine. So I
Huh?
haven't done a haunted house in Maine yet.
At some point, we need to get a coloring sheet and just start coloring in states that we've had and don't, and then try to get haunts from all over the. We are trying to get haunts from all over the country. Okay, you can find me here on the Allight Network on Faycore, on Corpse Garden Chronicles, the page and group, Friday with Library in the Blue Box. And if you would like to read what we have, Jennifer Elliott. I say we because we are going to be in the Onward Adventures duology anthologies that are coming out next month. Please check them out and read them, and you'll get a story from him, a story from me, and a bunch of other people that are amazing. And for the first time, photos from my husband of the Bewildered Beast adventure that we had. Because the Bewildered Beast is somewhere. We just have to keep looking. Thank you guys for joining us. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye, everybody.